What's up, guys? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about why Donovan Mitchell is actually one of the most overrated players in the NBA this year, or maybe of all time. Now, before y'all dislike the video and hate the video, every Utah Jazz fan and Donovan Mitchell bandwagon fan, I want to get out of the way. Yes, Donovan Mitchell is one of the best rookies out of this draft class. Yes, Donovan Mitchell is a very, very good player. But I'm going to be giving reasons why I don't think he's as good as people are saying that he is. I mean, people are saying that this dude could be like the next Kobe Bryant, which I just completely disagree with. So, yes, he is one of the best rookies in the league. He is a Rookie of the Year candidate. He's a very, very good player, but he's not as good as people are hyping him up to be. So before you think I'm saying he's bad and terrible and y'all dislike the video, no, that's not what I'm saying. I just want to get that out of the way before y'all got the wrong idea of what I was trying to portray in this video. So without further ado, without me running on too much, let's get right into this video. Alright, so first, before I get into any reason why I think he's overrated, let's actually get into what he has done this year. Donovan Mitchell has shown that he's one of the most explosive players in the NBA already. He is extremely, extremely explosive. He can score the ball whenever he wants to. He's a great driving cutter. He's just an overall really, really good scorer, and he was able to put up the stat line of 20 points per game, 3 assists per game, and 3 rebounds per game. And also, he is probably a top 2 Rookie of the Year candidate. It's between him and Ben Simmons, although I think Ben Simmons is going to win Rookie of the Year. I think it's a lot closer of a race than anyone would have thought it would be when Ben Simmons came out of college. Let's be honest. I mean, Ben Simmons thought he was going to be one of the best rookies. They thought he was going to be the best rookie to have Rookie of the Year no matter what this year, and Donovan Mitchell actually challenged him. I mean, Ben Simmons literally had one of the best rookie years of any rookie ever, and there is still a debate of who's Rookie of the Year. But Donovan Mitchell, like, everybody's hyping him up to be as good as Ben Simmons. I don't think he's as good as Ben Simmons. I think he's a little bit worse than Ben Simmons. Not a lot, but just a little bit, you know what I mean? But now let's get into why I think he is overrated. My first reason is going to be he is not very efficient. Although the dude can score a high amount of points in very little amount of time, it takes him a lot of shots to score that points. I mean, just look at his averages. He's only averaging 43% from the field and 34% from the 3. And also he's averaging 7 threes per game while only making 2 of them. So he's not a great shooter. So he definitely needs to get that shot in check, especially the 3-point shot if he wants to keep taking as many as he does. When you take 7 3-pointers a game, you at least want to make 40%. The dude is shooting a low 34%, which is very, very low, especially for an NBA shooting guard who is supposed to be able to, well, shoot the ball. So he's really gonna have to find that a lot better. Even his mid-range game is extremely bad, as he only shoots 40% from mid-range, but overall from the field he shoots 43% from the field, which isn't much better, but hey, it's a little bit better. As a shooting guard, you usually want to get up to at least the high 40s, like 48, 49. Usually you don't want to be at the low 40s. That's pretty bad, and pretty good is about 50%. But I mean, you really want to get up to 50%. So yeah, and over the 79 games that he actually played, to shoot that badly, that is extremely unreliable. And only 23 out of the 79 games that he did play, he shot 50%. So only 23 times was he able to shoot 50% from the field, like a normal NBA player should be able to do. So he really needs to get that efficiency in check. And if he is able to get that in check, well, then he wouldn't be overrated at all. I mean, the dude would be outstanding. He'd be averaging like 30 points a game. So yeah, if he can just get it to where his 3-point shot is just a little bit better, maybe where he can make 4 out of the 7 that he shoots, or at least 3 out of 7, that'd make him a lot better. But right now, I just don't think he's efficient enough to be a Rookie of the Year candidate, or as good as people are saying he is. Definitely not a Kobe Bryant level player at all yet. I mean, Kobe Bryant had a better rookie year than Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he's anywhere near Kobe Bryant. I don't think he'll ever be anywhere near Kobe Bryant, but that's not saying that's not like an insult. Kobe Bryant's one of the best to ever live. Now, my second reason is going to be that he is a very one-dimensional player. Yes, he's a great scorer, but that is all he can do is score. I mean, he doesn't get his teammates involved that good. He only averages 3 assists per game. And at shooting guard, you can kind of get away with averaging a low amount of assists. But in the playoffs so far, and like a little bit before the playoffs, the dude was running point guard. Now, especially that Ricky Rubio is hurt now, he's been running point guard every game. To only average 3 assists per game, that is not very good. And over the little stretch that he is at running point guard, now he's only averaging 2 assists per game, which is kind of hard and kind of weird to think. How are you running point guard and now you went down 1 assist per game instead of going up? So that's kind of concerning when you look at it. He did have one game where he had 11 assists, which helped him a ton. But besides that game, he hasn't been able to get his teammates involved very well pretty much at all. Then also, I mean, since he is a guard, you can kind of understand this. He only gets 3 rebounds per game, which, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like, well, that's he's a guard. He's not supposed to be getting rebounds, but I mean, at least get 4 or 5 rebounds per game. You can get more than 3. I mean, a lot of the elite shooting guards are able to get 5 rebounds per game, which is a big reason why his plus minus is so low, as it's only +1. His plus minus is only +1, which is not very good at all. He wants to get that up to at least a 10 or a 5 or something. You know, you wanted to get higher than a 1 for sure. So he really needs to help out in that, and that's the main reason why I think Ben Simmons is always going to be better than him. I mean, Ben Simmons has a height advantage and maybe an athleticism advantage by a little bit, but I mean, the dude averages 4 more rebounds per game, 4 more assists per game, and he doesn't average as many points, but he only averages 4 less points per game than Donovan Mitchell does. Is why I think that Ben Simmons is a rookie year, not Donovan Mitchell. There's only 2 reasons I got, but I think they're very good reasons, because I mean, efficiency is huge. I mean, anyone can go out and shoot about 15 to 20 to 30 shots a game and still put up 20 points. It's not hard to put up 20 shots and score 20 points. That is not hard to do, especially when you're a shooting guard who has a decent shot but not a great shot. So it's not that hard to do. And then, I mean, he needs to be able to play better on like assisting and rebounding, because just think, if he can learn how to pass, like not as good as Ben Simmons, become as close as Ben Simmons is right now to be as great of a passer. I mean, just think, if he could pass the ball, people would actually have to respect his drive and cut. Right now, they don't have to respect his drive and cut because he doesn't really usually pass the ball out too well. He needs to drive and pass the ball out, so people at least have to respect it. And right now he's getting double teamed when he drives. You can't have that. You need to be able to pass the ball out to make it to where they can't double team you. You get more one-on-one situations, which would also help your efficiency. So really, he needs to improve on those 2 things, and those are 2 huge things to the game. So he really needs to improve on that. So unfortunately, guys, it's gonna be it for the video. But like I said earlier, I'm not hating on Donovan Mitchell. I think Donovan Mitchell is a great player. He'll probably blossom into a future All-Star, but I don't think he is as good as people are saying he is as a Kobe Bryant-like player. Like I said, all Portland Trailblazers fans, this dude is a great player. Y'all are not Portland Trailblazers. What am I saying? I meant Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz, y'all got a great player on your hands. He's probably going to be the future of y'all's team for a long, long time. I just don't think he's going to be as good as Kobe Bryant. I'm kind of repeating myself now. So yeah, if you did like at any point, hit the like button. If you're really like video and want to help me out of 10, hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate that. And I hope you all have a blessed day. Hope everyone has a blessed day. And see y'all in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.